Live.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, we're spending the first 15 seconds
Maybe more, maybe 2 minutes.
checking the audio. I came in an hour and a half early to do this. So
Oh yeah, how are we sounding? Let us know.
let me know if it's fine. That would be great.
Let us
If
know.
it's fine, then I can relax.
Maybe boost my
Oh,
capabilities here.
you don't
720.
That's nice. Well, it goes up to 810,
There you
but
go.
don't slow down our internet. I think you're in 85
I
feet.
was,
I could see pixels on your face.
I was in 1985.
Ian's face was made of pixels.
yeah.
Okay, let us know, guys. If it sounds good, let us know.
How we sounding?
Good.
Sound is fine.
Fantastic. Well, welcome.
Grand. Well, David, it's a little loud. Maybe I think we were a little loud.
You just turn your...
I think we were. I think we were maybe just a little excited to see you. That's all.
We're usually pretty excited when we come on in the morning.
Hey. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas.
Yes.
Hope you all had a nice
Christmas.
little chance to charge the batteries, and we certainly did. We
Whew, it was great.
Not a lot of activity, as you guys saw, and we were just chilling. Just chilling.
Just took it easy, eh? How'd your young lad like his Christmas gifts?
Not interested.
No, just kind of
not
looked
a
at
bit.
them. None of them?
I mean, he likes the gifts, but he doesn't enjoy a present or like the wrapper and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think he's probably too young for that.
Yeah,
my little 1-year-old nephew, we opened his stuff.
Yeah.
And then once it's open, he's good.
He's good. That's Noah. That's exactly
But like,
Noah.
Yeah, what does a package, what does it mean to a 1-year-old? He's probably just like,
No.
get this
He's like,
crap out
why
of my way.
Why are you hiding it?
Like, listen, this
Yeah,
is for
give
you.
it to
This
me.
is for you people.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Yep, Christmas was relaxing this year,
Yeah.
folks.
Yep.
I did not get new clubs for Christmas. Did you?
No, but I might get some after Christmas.
Oh.
I might get some after Christmas. I was actually sitting thinking about that last night, writing out a wee list of
What you feel like getting?
Aye,
I love that.
definitely. Well, we cannot not address
Yes.
the video that our pal Rick Shiels just dropped on old Autoflex.
Very exciting to see.
Autoflexy.
To see that happen.
So we were remarkably early. We were ready to rock here at 10:05, and
We were.
we actually just threw it on ourselves and watched his video. And you know, I think the nature of, if we put Autoflex in Matty's driver, it would have had the exact same result. He would have been hitting it with too much spin, and you know,
true.
we built that very specifically to work together.
Yes, the head settings were not the same. In fact, the head isn't even the same.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, I was not surprised to see you know, the spin being a little high, and you know, he definitely seemed to take a little bit of time to adjust to the feeling of it. It looked like he was curving it a little bit.
It's funny that his first shot was so straight, although spinny. It's just funny, like when we were watching the preamble, I was like, I really hope he hits his first shot straight, because that's what keeps happening in our videos.
Yeah.
Every time the first shot is the best, not the best, but it's always like surprisingly good. So I'm glad that his first shot was down the pipe. I think he had a pink he had a pink shot tracer on his video.
Yeah,
Just
he
realizing
probably
that.
did.
It's a nice touch.
I know.
Well, I
No.
was trying to share Rick's. I'm going to try to share Rick's link in our Instagram, guys. But you obviously know where to find Rick on YouTube.
Yep.
I'm going to repost it just so we can relish the enjoyment of setting a little bit of a trend. It's probably the first time we've really. I mean, we've done videos because Rick did them many times, but I feel like it's the first time he may have done a video because we did it. It's great.
Well, I think there was so much buzz, and obviously it's hard to ignore it in social media and
Probably got
things
sick
like
of
that.
getting asked.
Yeah, being asked to try it.
Where's this repost app?
And I think that's the little, you know, niche that we've got in this industry, is that when new products come out, we can extract the best from them.
Yes.
You know, it's a kind of an unfair disadvantage for Rick that he gets a driver. We've never tried that driver at standard length with you,
And
ever.
he had it at standard, and I'm assuming Autoflex built it from with his Cobra tip, which is good.
Yep.
Hopefully grip and stuff he likes. But you're right, I think if Rick had some time to test a little bit, tinker a bit, somewhere like here with us, maybe he ends up in a 45.5 or 46. Maybe he ends up with like the rad speed set at 8, because he tends to spin. I think the current driver, he was spinning it a bit with the Autoflex. So hopefully not the last time.
Yeah.
I think if we meet up with Rick at some point over the coming year, which is impossible to say we won't, I think for sure we will. Maybe we get a couple minutes with him and let him hit a couple different ones. Not that we really care if it works for him, but we'd be curious.
It would be fun to give him a little bit of what we got from it.
Yeah.
You know, the reason it was fun for us and the reason that it
wow
kind of
factor.
popped for us was because we were able to go, okay, it's doing this, so let's give it that. You know, you have to have two components that are working together. You should never think that because hazardous yellow is working in a head, something entirely different, balance point, bend profile, all these things, is going to be the same.
Good point.
You know, would have loved to have turned him to even turn the loft down on it. Even, you know, he plays speed zone extreme.
Currently has the speed zone.
I think it's extreme.
Let's say extreme.
So again, that head
you're right.
probably not going to be a great dance partner. Like you said, Rad would have been a perfect head.
Hopefully he'll hit a couple in his own testing with Rad. The tip is on there, so.
Yeah, I mean, we may do. This would be fun. Because I'm sure he would love maybe a little follow up if we done a little online fit with him.
That's a great idea. Well, I sent him a little DM, and we're gonna see if he has a couple minutes if he wants to pop on with us. If he's busy, he's typing right now, so no worries if he can't. But yeah, it'd be fun.
It would be a blast.
Do you want to dive into a few questions or any other news we need to grab?
Nothing else. Just hope everyone's nicely rested and. Had a nice wee time. I see Lucas there got engaged over Christmas. Congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations to you, my man.
Rick is busy, which is no worries.
Rick is busy.
Another time, guys, another time.
Yep.
He's probably busy with his video release.
Yes.
Just wishing her Merry Christmas. All right. Well, anyway, that's cool. Yeah. We'll see. Well, I'm curious how many people end up watching our little Autoflex series, because God knows Rick is the one who moves the meter in terms of the old algorithm and the suggested videos. So I would expect to see a
little spiky.
Some people coming over and telling us that the shaft is crap and Rick didn't like it and such.
But
which
the thing
is fine.
You've got it at that point, and hopefully, you know, you guys know this well enough by now. Does that not just show the value of fitting?
It does. I think it does.
Because if you guys have seen, whether it be recorded or live, how good that has been for Matt.
That's right, we did do it live.
We've done it live, and you know, we literally done it where you guys could see it. You know, never have we ever gotten performance and numbers like we have.
No, they're always good. They're always at least quite good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a little heat on here, bud.
You a wee bit chilly, lad?
I need my pullovers that match a black. I only have the blue. I'm not coming in here wearing black and blue.
Looking
like a bruise. I ordered at least 3 of them.
Of these? Nice.
Maybe not that exact one.
Yeah.
Whatever the one I wore last time. So I'll be wearing the short sleeves today. Buttons to the top for extra warmth.
Yes, indeed. Daniel's saying it was great to see you guys get a plug on Rick's video.
Awesome.
It was.
It didn't have to do that.
That was very kind. Very, very kind.
For the 1.42 million people that he has on his.
Yes, absolutely.
I saw a quick question that I thought you could grab.
A good one?
Yeah, just one that I think is very misunderstood. Here it is from our pal Adam. So we were talking about lowering loft on driver faces. Explain this, and you've explained it very well to me before. So if I want to go down, I have a 9-degree Cobra driver, for example. Face is square.
Yep.
I want to go down to 8. It's opening it. Why? Why does that make sense?
Because of the axis that the sleeve rotates around.
I want to almost get a driver. Let's see if we can visualize this. Actually, I have a Cobra driver right here. So this is set on standard. Yep.
So drivers apart from Titleist, who else? Callaway is independent as well, but pretty much everyone else works around a single axis. So it kind of starts flat and neutral and works open and less lofted. It moves upright and more lofted around that.
So just for real simplicity, this is the way you explained it to me once that I thought was really quite concise. When you think of the face square here, or what's a good way to do this? This way. So here's square at impact, square setting. If I am at address and I set it open with the sleeve, if I want to hit the ball straight, the face will come back to square. And you will actually have delivered less loft through the extra closing of the face, and that's why the loft is lower. It's not actually sitting at 8 at address.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
It does. It's exactly right. So loft and rotation is ever changing. So, you know, if we leave if we leave the face wide open, there's a reason the ball goes high into the right. When we, close that face over, it's a reason it goes low and left is because we're losing loft and gaining loft through that. So it's exactly the same way when you preset the head one way or the other.
Gotcha. Adam, hopefully that helps, and I think quite a few other people had that question. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, do you see any of that stuff with
I watched a little bit of
Bryson, Berkshire, and those guys?
Yeah, so it looks like the GM Golf guys and Berkshire and Bryson looks like they're all pals. All buddies. They're all making videos and stuff together.
They've probably all gotten together, and it would have
if there's a little forthcoming YouTube merger. That wouldn't surprise me. Although it's hard to know because a lot of the GM guys have their own little side channels of their own. So we'll see. We'll see if Bryson wants to get into the YouTube space. Who knows? It wouldn't surprise me. He already streams the old Call of Duty and others. So 3 wins for me, by the way, during the holidays.
3 wins?
No big deal. Yep. Boxing Day and yesterday and like Christmas Eve with my pal.
Is that
no big deal, guys?
Is that is it hard? Is it really tough to get a win?
Well, let people chime in. Me and my friend total have 18 wins over the course of having the game for like a year. So yeah, it's hard. 150 people go in, teams of 2. If you get a win in a session, so if you we usually play for a couple hours, chat on the headset like we're just catching up. If we get a win during that 2-3 hours, it's like great. If you get like a top 5, it's like pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. Now people that play really well are like, oh, I win every 5 minutes. They're probably like, you suck, which is true. But for us, I think we're actually pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
It was exciting.
So you're basically on everyone who has jumped on that particular live. Like they jumped in that game.
Yes.
You beat everyone in that game.
Technically, so it's a massive map.
Yeah.
It slowly shrinks. You don't have to kill all of them.
Yeah.
You just have to outlive them and just survive. It's like Lindsay wanted to watch the Hunger Games last night. I hadn't seen it in forever. It's kind of like the Hunger Games with 150 people plus teams.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Everyone kind of is in the same area, and yeah, it's obviously a laugh.
Well, my own version of that is sort of in the competitive space has been Peloton.
Oh, okay. I got to hear about this. It's
so good. It is
so you're enjoying it?
Just love it. I love the competitive element. See, when I see people ahead of me, I hate it.
That's what Lindsay says.
I literally hate it.
That's why I'm surprised you didn't stay with F45 for longer, because it's very much like that, isn't it? Very competition based, or am I mixing it up?
They have like the competitions maybe like quarterly or something like that.
Maybe it was more Lindsay's particular franchise gym owner.
Yeah.
So Peloton leaderboard, is it like?
So you have like a live one? So because you can either jump on a live class that's happening there and then.
Okay. Yep.
That an instructor is basically streaming, or you can go to one that's pre-recorded. Okay. So then there's an all-time leaderboard, and then there's an on it now leaderboard.
Oh, is it time trial based? Like what is it? How fast?
So it's basically your output. So it's your cadence, which is obviously the speed, and then obviously your resistance, and then that combined gives you your output. So
and you put, like, if you want to stand, like I've been to spin class, but are you sitting the whole time? Do you stand up at times?
Both depends what if you're doing like a climb,
and they give
stand.
you the feedback.
Yeah, they'll give you the feedback and stuff.
How long is the spin now?
So good.
Yeah, good.
It's amazing.
A few weeks?
Yeah, like about a month since I've been going to the gym I go to has one.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot you were saying that.
Yeah.
Is it, not to be insensitive, does it cause you any discomfort in the groin area?
No, it's not. It's like it's a comfortable seat.
It's usually fine. Yeah. I think when I used to go to spin class, my gym is nice. I'm sure the seats are good.
Yeah.
But like if you don't do it regularly, I would go occasionally and I'd just be like, my junk.
I know. No, I think
it's so uncomfortable.
I think if you do it too much, you could definitely get a little. Yeah.
Nether regions.
Aye.
That's the part I always found funny on Top Gear when they buy bikes that time, and Jeremy's just like, my balls.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
That's awesome.
So good.
Have you seen Rory on there?
I have not. Must see when the curly-haired wonder is going to be on there.
Would you get one for home, the old Pelly?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would.
You were trying. It just wasn't.
It was going to be 14, 15 weeks, and I was
it was sold out.
Yeah, but no, I would.
Well, you can go to that gym in the meantime, order one, and then
just use it there.
How does that work? You finance them, or you just pay cash for them?
You can finance it 0% interest over three years. It's really good. It's like $80 a month.
Yeah, because it's like what, $4,000 Canadian?
Yeah, with all in, by the time you get all the kit and stuff like that, it's good.
God knows you would.
I know you.
God knows I would.
You're gonna.
What did you say about that financing? You know what I love about financing? Like my car, for example, because it's through work, it makes sense to lease it for cash flow. And when they were talking about models, so it's like, you know, everyone knows I drive a RAV4, so like the Limited is the best one.
Yeah.
There's SE, LE, and Mercedes and all these have the same thing. But it's funny, like talking about when you buy a car, it's like that model is 20 grand.
Yeah.
The one up is 26. The one up is 40. You're like, oh shit. But when you're leasing, it's like, well, that one's just an extra 25 bucks a month.
That's
and
where they get you.
I'm like, well, I can afford 25 bucks a month.
That.
He's like, well, if you do that, it's like it's only about $4 a month. I'm like, oh yeah,
it's so true.
Pepper that shit in there.
So true.
All right, I'll go back up. You stay in the present.
Okay.
I probably triggered a lot of cycling conversation.
It's good.
Nether region conversation.
the spam bots are in. Ant is asking, what are our thoughts on lag shot club?
Lag shot.
Lag shot club. We are just going to find out what that is right now. I've never heard of it.
I know the one he's talking about, but I haven't seen it recently.
Lag shot club.
Another one I want to ask people about, which I actually got in the mail. It's a long story. You know the Power Impact Pro trainer that Martin has on his website, the Tour Striker one? It like hooks onto a door or something.
Okay, no, I don't think I know that.
Anyway, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, chime in. Let me know if anyone's tried that, because I want to know if it has value. Oh yeah, here we go.
So Lag Shot Club is basically the Fuji training shaft.
It's a built club.
Yeah, so
this lag.
Who's that?
I don't know, but he runs more ads on YouTube than anyone I've ever seen.
He's the golf
He's probably
infomercial
put
guy.
Your kid through college because he buys the ads on our
Does
channel
he?
half the time. Oh,
good for you. I love the guy.
frame him, put him in
your
son's room.
Noah, thank Uncle Uncle Lag Shot.
Lad, whoever you are. Okay, so it's a built version of a flexible. Cool. TJ,
cool.
What do we think of it? We haven't tried it, but the concept's good.
Concept's good, Ant. If you go back and watch the Fujikura practice shaft that we done review, you could get our thoughts from it. We just built that shaft into a head that we had lying around. This is basically the same thing. It doesn't look like the head is any different from a standard head.
Just a head, basically?
Yeah. So good for tempo, good for if you are somebody who kind of rushes a little bit from transition or gets a bit handsy, and if you place unnecessary force on the shaft, whether it's at the top or whether it's at the takeaway, the top, or at impact, those three spots, you'll really feel it in those soft whippy shafts.
I totally agree. Yeah, that one's probably just an easier solution versus having one built. But I would say probably the Fuji route is the best. I don't know the cost of that lag shot, but probably better off ordering a head from your own iron set. Like get a 7-iron head that. If you play, I don't know, T100s, you would get a T100 7-iron, have the Fuji shaft put in. I think that's the best version of the practice club, but would take time. You got to take it to a builder and stuff. Although, absolutely, you can order that through someone like us, or sure, like someone like Brian LaRoche in the States would do it, or guys in the UK would probably do it.
They're listening. Oh, Peloton.
Oh, he's getting followers. Well, that's good. People will know if you're slack.
Yeah, that's true. Michael is asking, did you guys get the gift package I sent to Mississauga? Michael, I haven't been there since the 22nd, so if it came during that time, bud, they'll probably try and redeliver tomorrow. Today's a holiday here.
Oh right, yes.
It's a Boxing Day holiday because Boxing Day fell on a Saturday, so we will probably see something tomorrow.
Perfect. We will let you know though. You will hear on the live. Maybe we'll open it on the live.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to get a few from back here.
Go for it, laddie.
Wherever I am.
Okay, while you're looking, Brad's asking if I'm still hitting the X7 shafts. Brad, I wasn't hitting the X7s. I did try it in that fit session. I did hit it and quite like it. Matty Boy is the one playing the X7s.
It was like X1s, I think we had you in briefly, or S4s maybe?
I think we were in X1s until we tried the S4, or was it Project X? I forget which one it was going to be.
I want to say it was S4. You did build them, but then they were heavy as hell.
So S4s was right at the end of that fitting session. There was a shaft. I'm sure it was X7s. Brad, you're probably bang on.
Right?
I think it was X7s, and then we tried S4s because we wanted to keep the weight high but have a little bit more feel.
Yeah.
And the S4 worked really, really well. But then when I built the heavier heads with the heavy shafts, with grips with Arcos in it, the overall weight just felt a little bit too much. Rookie error on my part. A rookie error from a non-rookie.
That's right. It's okay.
But going to the Oban 125s has definitely made a difference. And actually, do you know what? Having them in those shafts, then puring them and putting them in the shafts,
that's right,
felt different.
Did it?
Sounded different. The sound changed.
Just
higher pitched.
Really?
Yeah.
How would you explain something like that if you could?
There was a different crispness to the strike. So I was in the bay with Mike and it might have been Dean or Patrick. There was three of us in the bay, and Mike had built them up and brought them back in for me to hit them. And I just remember him going, they sound so different, and I'm like, well, they feel so different.
Really?
Yep.
Very interesting. Yep. It wouldn't take much, I guess, a subtle change to like the shaft deflection or something. It's in and out a bit differently. It's a little bit steeper, less steep. Who knows?
Well, it was like when you done the test of the driver shafts. The one thing you picked up on is you definitely identified the one that was pured felt stiffer.
Yes.
You definitely felt stiffer. I felt that the Obans got stiffer, and that to me is where the crispness of the strike came from.
And maybe for you, because the Obans aren't the stiffest shaft in the world and your speed's been up, maybe a little stiffer is actually suiting you quite nicely.
Just a hair.
Interesting. Yeah. That's good to hear.
Yep.
I don't think the stream is out of focus, guys.
Yeah, maybe it's just buffering at home and the internet or something.
The focus doesn't change because I set it and lock it, so if it's blurry, change your quality setting. I had one ready here.
Got one left.
Anton.
Anton
wants to drop.
Merry Christmas, Anton.
Merry Christmas, Anton wants to drop his spin for Christmas. He's got it set on 10 degree with a shaft. Is it a great idea to set the driver to 8? That would be the first thing to try. Yeah, don't change the shaft yet, Anton. The mid-high spin shaft may in fact be a perfectly good shaft.
Yeah. Yep. Shafts don't spin golf balls, Anton. That's the first thing we'll say. Shafts contribute towards the delivery of loft and face angle, right? So, you know, that's where a shaft can contribute towards that. If a shaft is very soft and adds a little bit of loft through impact, that's why manufacturers may call a shaft a high spin shaft, because it should be working in extra or excess lead deflection.
So this is bending that way? The tip of the shaft is going like this?
Because of that, you're getting more dynamic loft.
Right.
And if the angle of attack is still what it was before, which it really shouldn't be, because if the club is moving up more from a face angle perspective, the head and CG should be moving with it. That's where shafts get designated to be high launch, because they are tip soft, and that allows the head to move a little bit more into lead deflection.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Interesting question. Are the Ping, I think this is an easy yes, but Bryce is asking, are the Ping i210s KBSC taper shafts still a gameable setup in 2021? I don't see why not. What are those irons?
Great set.
A year old? 2 years old?
Couple of years now, but now what did I see? They are the most played model on the LPGA Tour. Did I see? I'm sure I saw that.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think they get a lot of love, a lot of play.
Fantastic. So that is a yes. Similar question, but much older. 8-year-old irons. Do the grooves wear over time? They would.
They will.
8 years is a long time. They're
GSM. Think of it like tires, right? Think of it like tires. It doesn't mean you're going to skid off the road. It just means when the conditions get tough, you might not have the traction you would hope for.
That's a great point.
That's how to think about grooves.
Aye. For the winter drivers out there who have just experienced a Christmas snowfall, how about that Christmas Eve?
That was
dusting?
unbelievable. That was picture perfect,
I couldn't
wasn't
believe that. It snowed about 2 inches here on Christmas Eve night, fairly late. You woke up to a nice blanket of snow on Christmas Day, and then it snowed again in the evening. Crazy.
Yep.
Something from a movie. Although the rest of the year is far from fairy tale, that maybe that was.
Do you know where it's not snowing though? Dubai. It's not snowing in Dubai.
No, it sure as shit isn't. No,
which will be nice.
Snowing in Dubai. I got to get some shorts. I just realized I have no shorts. I got to email Gal.
Yeah, the boys. Yeah.
I'm not wearing pants there.
Nope.
Have I died?
Be nice. Be nice.
You guys make a Galvin Green short?
They make a lovely short.
Yeah, I need a couple.
They make a lovely short. They really do. Craig Somerville is asking, Ian, you play the TC201s. Did you compare to the MC501s? And if so, what swayed your opinion? Craig, I never tried the 501s. Too much offset for my eye. Didn't like them. Mikey plays them at Mike TXG. Plays them.
Right, yeah, right.
He loves them, hits them great. He had a set. Kind of talked himself out of it, thinking that he wasn't a good enough player to be playing a set of blades.
Remember that.
Played some other cavities, hit them way worse, and then went way worse.
Interesting.
And then went back to the blades, and he's hitting them well again. So again, another example of someone, you know, who you might not necessarily say iron striking was his strong point, but that particular iron was a really, really good fit for him.
Sole width probably would be a
sole width. The 501 has a really interesting little sole design. It's a little bit different from even the 201. So 201, very kind of traditional in the way the leading edge is designed. I'll find my 501. Where are you, wee rascal? So this one's more, see how it just goes straight from the heel to the toe? Just goes straight along there.
This has more of a half moon.
Yeah, has a little bit of curvature.
Why would it be straight like that? Just different.
Yeah, and probably slightly shorter blade length and stuff. So maybe the pre-wear's at the same kind of same size, but it is a slightly different pre-wear.
Do you think they're probably very similar in forgiveness? These heads, like they're not very different in size.
No.
Because I know these are technically a blade, but I would imagine they have some decent forgiveness.
Definitely. And Craig, I would have definitely looked at something like the 501s if they had less offset, and maybe a combo set, 201, 501.
It is very similar looking except the offset.
Yeah. So if they do a set of less offset, I would maybe think about gaming some 7/8 or 8/9 wedge or 7/8/9 wedge, something like that.
Tasty.
Aye.
Are they meant to be blended or not really? They're not from the same line technically, are they? Oh no, they are.
From the same line. So the idea is that the 201 pairs really well with the 101.
101.
And the 501 pairs really well with the 301.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got two with a little more offset, and you've got two that have less offset.
So ideally they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Ryan is saying I may have just talked him into puring his X100s. Ryan,
interesting.
I would say that's a good idea. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with a retro pure of a shaft like an X100. I think for that type of shaft, I think it'll be really, really good for you.
Fantastic.
It's a good one. Aiden's saying, who is Howard Jones? He's saying that shaft weight influences club path on Golfworks. So Howard Jones is it's been a long time since I've been kind of in the depths of the Golf WRX
like the
forums and stuff like that.
Yep.
But he is somebody who's been on there for years and contributes an awful lot to it. And I think he does. I think he's in Scandinavia. I think he's somewhere out there, I believe. And he wouldn't be wrong in saying that shaft weight influences club path. My only issue with that is shaft weight influences club path, but it doesn't for everyone. It can influence club path.
Good point.
That's a better way to put the statement. Everything in dynamic motion can influence club path. The way the shaft bends can influence club path, because that thing is ever changing. Every single millisecond, everything is changing from face angles to the shaft deflection to the golf club moving down and right and then moving up and left. Everything's ever changing.
So it's valid but not a guarantee.
Exactly. It's not wrong. It's just not always going to be the case.
Yeah. No, just not always. Okay, this is a quick, easy one. What set of irons would you recommend for a 25 or higher handicap? Merry Christmas to you also.
Crusoe.
High handicap irons.
A fitted set. A fitted set would be your pick of the bunch. I mean, there's so many different layers to that question and obviously, you know, that answer. If I had to probably pick one and throw it out there, I just love the hot metal. I just think that is an overall iron that even if you kind of aspire to play something that feels a little bit on the softer side and really gives you a feeling like you're playing a slightly nicer iron, this does that.
I agree. It's aspirational still.
It's still aspirational, but helpful, powerful. You know, it ticks all the boxes of the modern iron. But it still really, really helps you.
Hot metal.
Yes, I like that one.
Good. Fantastic.
I like it.
Question from Paul that we can take.
Paulie?
Paul's asking, he was fitted for his irons, they were 2 degrees upright in the fitting. Should I have the same in my wedges?
Probably not. Probably go a little bit flatter in the wedges. Paul, I mean, I always say to people who go a little bit upright, you probably need to be a little bit careful that your potentially your long irons might need to be even a little bit more upright than even 2, and your short irons probably need to be a little bit less than 2. So you may end up with a very mismatched lie angle setup to suit your game, but that's not uncommon.
Progressive.
Very,
Progressive set. Is that fairly common?
It can be, especially for upright players.
Right.
Flat players,
Flat
not so much. Yeah, flat players tend to be in a much more standard progression, but upright players are a little bit different.
Gotcha. What is this? Is there a new ping iron coming out? I swear I saw a photo.
Yeah, there's a new blade. It's not the 59.
I'm gonna
That's
look it
been
up
out,
in
isn't
case.
it?
I think it's on that. It must be on the leak account, I'm assuming.
There's a few of those.
Yeah,
They're really good, those.
I know.
What do they call it? I-59.
I-59 forged blade looking thing.
Looks good, eh?
Cool, yeah, very cool.
Looks good.
I always thought those, what was the last one? It was called S58 or something?
Yeah.
I always thought those were quite cool. The one
Yeah.
that like Louis Oosthuizen would play, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
And Bubba probably had a set. Very cool. Well, if people want to go look at leaks, we don't have any official photos. Not that we've signed any embargo thing yet, but I'm sure that we will.
Ian's saying they bought the rights from Nike. It does look like a Nike iron of old. Yep, it
Minus
really
all
does.
the color. Although, knowing Ping, they engineered it from scratch.
Yes.
So I'm sure they didn't buy anything.
Let's answer young Jay's question. Jay is 11 and is an 8 handicap. Good for you, Jay. That's awesome. Would you recommend me using adult clubs? Jay, you certainly are a low handicapper and certainly very, very skilled. I wouldn't be rushing you into older clubs. So the most important thing for you right now is that your swing develops, your speed develops. You don't go into clubs that are too heavy and too long, and that starts to destabilize all the great work you're clearly doing on your own technique and building that up. So just make sure you don't rush that process. That's the first thing I do with any of the junior golfers I work with, is just make sure that we're never compromising their development, because there's lots of time to be using all this fun and fancy stuff, but let's do it at the right time.
Yeah.
There's lots of things to consider. We can develop bad habits on grips by using butt size diameters that are too large, grips that are too large, obviously heavy, not really feeling like you're able to load the shafts. All those sorts of things, Jay. We don't want to be doing any of that sort of stuff just yet. We want you to be feeling the golf club in the way that Matt and I feel the golf club, but it just is a good reflection on your speed at the point you're at.
Lovely advice. Lovely advice. Okay. There's so much Autoflex chatter.
Autoflex.
So much Autoflex.
Yeah,
chatter.
Rick's done the boys.
He really has.
Done the boys a good turn with that, hasn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I'll be curious to look tomorrow and see how many kind of extra people came over and took a look at the old vids.
Yeah.
Saw our nonsense.
I know. Well, obviously, I think what people will see when we talked about at the start of the live here, but what people will see, what we done with it is we got heavy into the fitting of it.
Oh, yeah.
How can we make this obviously very interesting, very unique product? How can we make it work at its best? I really do feel that if you take a product like that and you don't cater to its attributes, why are you testing it? And Rick has found that, right? So he's clearly found that it's not just a plug and play.
It's not.
And it never would be, and it never should be, and it never really could have been anyway.
Agreed.
And you know, he wouldn't have asked us because he wanted his own experience of it, which he's done the right thing.
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile. Like if you go watch Rick's video, that's what happens when you plug and play it and just buy it out of the box and see, oh, let's test it out. Yep. Same length I normally play, same driver. And then ours are more what occurs if you are able to go get a fit. I'm not saying it's easy because we have one sitting on the wall over there, but most places don't. Yeah. But no, it's a prime example of he could have hit any shaft. Yeah. He could have put any shaft in there, Autoflex or otherwise, and gone, this is a plug-in shaft, let's see what happens, and it didn't fit him.
No, I mean it'll be great down the line to do some work with Rick and
definitely
see if we can't get to the point where he goes, okay, there's really something in this.
It felt like he wanted it to work. Like he had a couple swings where he could feel something good happening, but it just wasn't quite.
I tell you who done a brilliant job. Actually, I watched it the other day. Was the boys at Precision Golf in just outside London. Simon done a great job. I'm not sure, maybe it's still on their Instagram account. Simon done a brilliant job of the testing of it. Precision.
There they are. Oh yeah, latest post.
Is it on their latest post?
Yeah, it's an IG.
There you go, shaft review. Go watch that one. It's brilliant. I think he does a really, really good job, and he saw exactly what I would expect people to see from that.
Nice. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite detailed. Lots of drivers here. So yeah, go check that
out. Awesome
Precision
guys.
Golf.
Yeah, go check that one.
On Instagram. At Precision Golf. That's a good question. Rick is asking, why do I hit my 3-wood further than my driver? And Rick, you are not the only one.
No, you're not alone. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to write that down. That's a brilliant video topic because I think there's so many people.
Have we literally never done that?
We've never done that.
Because we can easily build a driver in a 3-wood or a swing that makes one better than the other. Well, I'll tell you what, Rick. Looks like you're getting a video. But long story short, your 3-wood generates better launch conditions than your driver. Your driver probably spins too much, I would have to guess, or not enough or something. But your 3-wood loft is probably your friend. You probably don't have enough loft on the old driver to get the carry. But the man has some thoughts over there, so looks like we'll do a little vid. Just good.
Love it. Love that.
Good question here, KJ. Honma TWX against the P770s. I think it's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Great comparison.
I would argue that you would like the feel of the TWX more than the 770s. Feel and sound.
You will definitely like them better for feel and sound.
Yeah. If that's
if you don't, then I'll be
if that's what floats your boat, then if you're high on feel and sound, that will definitely.
You may prefer the look of the P770 from a dress or something, but you're right. I think the sound and the feel of those Honmas are, for a hollow iron, they're probably the best.
Brilliant.
They're probably the best feeling hollow iron. For what it's worth. We have tested most of them, as far as I can remember. You got one there? I got a lefty one over here for you. But.
So the one thing is the sole width.
Is it that wide?
Yeah, it's wide.
Wow.
It's wide,
okay, so
but it has the pre-wear.
Yes, effective sole is not as
big. It's effectively not as.
I forgot it was that. So it's actually quite forgiving, that isn't it?
But looking down on it in that position,
very similar.
Very similar.
I always thought this at address was about as good as it gets.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of help down there. But no, TWX, and there's a new version, TR20 X.
Can't wait to try that.
Yeah.
Because that thing was one of the better, it was a sleeper. One of the best irons we had tried
One of the best. Yep, I really agree with that.
Kind of fell under the radar a little bit, but all right. To you, if you got one there already.
Benoit loves his 760 irons, but what driving iron would be similar? I think if you love those particular irons, I don't think the UDI is the most natural fit. I think if you love that, you're probably going to want to go a slightly softer feel. So you might err more towards the Titleist driving irons than even the TaylorMade one. I think the Titleist one's really good. I think that new Strixon driving iron is something that people will really love once they get a chance to hit it.
Make sure you try that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yep. Aidan is rocking some great questions this morning. Does head weight translate into higher MOI and ball speed? It absolutely does. Yeah. Both of those things. Absolutely. Both of those things.
Behold, the physics.
Indeed.
Thoughts on arm lock from Tomas? We have not done this yet.
No.
I kind of want to eventually. I kind of want to see what Gareth thinks. Although I did ask him off camera, so to speak.
Yeah. Positive or negative?
I don't remember it being positive.
No.
I think he basically said you do it if you can't do anything else.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
It's allowing you to go from broomstick or anchored for most people. So he definitely doesn't use it unless maybe someone has already used that as a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll do a video on that or not, guys, to be honest, but there's probably better solutions.
Definitely. Mike is asking, is your build shop still open for orders? Mike, it absolutely is. Yeah, you can order anything you want.
And please do.
Yeah, so we're basically just about to basically through January, we're going to be working towards, as our new products come in, and obviously the way things are going with lockdown, we need to hang on to the 2020 demo product until the new stuff comes in, basically.
Yeah, and then it's good to go.
Then it's good to go. But now it's good to go right now, so we can get that out there a little bit earlier. So the TXG demo sale is about to sort of commence in the January sales.
Sweet.
And yeah, you guys will all get access to all of that. We'll be talking about it a bunch.
Yep, you can always call or email us at any time. People are around.
Yes, yep. Noah's asking the same thing. How do we place an order through the build shop? No, I'm literally off the back of that. I'm going to ask the guys to set up an email called buildshop@txg.ca right now.
Custom shop.
Yeah,
that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
No general inquiries.
So any builds that come in can go in there.
Yeah, just maybe builds@txg.ca would be good. Build, something simple. I'll take a couple while you do that.
Go for it, pal.
That's a good point. Okay, I have to take this. Myrtle Beach golfer said he snuck into the bathroom at work to ask this question. I have to take it. I don't even care if it's a bad question.
What a guy.
Difference between hot metal and Callaway Apex 19 in terms of forgiveness and distance.
Something the door.
Front or no? Myrtle Beach golfer. Zuno hot metal. Okay, an Apex 19. Hold on a moment. I'm a Zuno golfer. Hold the bus. If I can get the Apex out for you. Trying to do a little comparison here. Apex.
The Apex may be Gonzo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's in transition here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. What do you think? I mean, hot metal's a bigger club. It's more forgiving.
Wider sole, more forgiving.
He asked about distance. Distance-wise, the lofts are probably
very similar,
right?
Very, very similar. Both feel on the softer side. Actually, probably if anything, the Callaway's slightly clickier on the face, very thin face. You'll probably hear a little bit higher pitch. The chromoly is pretty soft sounding. So it just depends. It really depends what you need. They're both great.
Yeah.
It's hard to say one is better than the other. I mean, I think I just said that hot metal is for me my favourite game improvement club that I like to work with.
See why.
And I think that's my choice for a lot of people.
Chef recommends for you. Okay.
So let's finish this text, the guys.
Yeah. Go. Okay. Lots of 921 chatter in here, just in general. Can you guys? Sub 70 has some new irons coming out. They look amazing. Yeah, Jacob, we'd love to. I would imagine Sub 70 will probably send them to us. I think they liked our last review, I think. Sub 70 Golf. TA3. Wasn't there a Cleveland iron called TA3? Am I crazy?
Sorry guys, I'm just finishing this quick message to our team.
This sub 70 iron for people while we TA3s. Well, I can't. I might just go to the website. But yes, we're happy to review them, Jacob, if they get sent, which I imagine they will.
Matt's asking, Matty, are you a 20 plus handicap on Warzone? No, he's won 3 games over the holidays.
Yeah, I know.
He's a champion.
Maybe not a champion.
He's a. What is that noise?
Whisker?
Somebody's up in there.
Like, so the guy who wins the most games in the world on the leaderboard is like the Tiger Woods. He's probably a +7 handicap.
Right.
And I'm probably.
Were you like a 5?
That's probably generous. We're probably somewhere between 5 and 10.
Pretty good.
I think.
Respectable club player.
It tells you on the leaderboard that you're in the top 5. I'm in the top 5% of players apparently. So whatever that means.
Love that.
Whatever that means. Golf should have that.
Always on Peloton, I'm always aiming to be in the top 10% ever.
Yeah.
That's always, like, if there's 10,000 riders, I have to be inside
One of the top 1,000.
the top 1,000.
I agree.
That's always my goal. Every single ride is to be on the all-time list. On any live ride, I want to be in the top 5 and try to win it. But if
how many live people when you sign on usually? Hundreds?
I don't know how deep it goes.
Doesn't tell you?
No.
Okay. You see the leaderboard.
So the key to it is you got to start hot. I think
is that right?
Yeah, because so you can see at the end of it, you can see like a little trace of your output. So what it seems to look like, so you've kind of got this average, so average output, and kind of my first few rides would kind of start like that, and then somewhere in the middle I would kind of have this spike, and then but it would kind of look a bit like that.
Survive it, yeah.
What I've kind of started doing though is kind of coming out here, then I'll dip a little bit, then I'll have that same spike, and that really gets you up the ladder.
Because your average output is going to be higher.
Yeah, it gets you up there really early on.
Would you prefer to lead? Like, would you prefer to get up there in the top few and then see your name there and go, I need to maintain it?
100%. I want to be the yellow jersey.
Because you have control over the situation.
Definitely. Because then at the end, it really pushes me to do more than, because I've got to stay there. Then I'm competing.
You see your name doing this, you're like, no!
Absolutely. Get cranking that
you turn the
cadence.
thing.
Like I think I was making a bit of a scene in the gym the other day. Andrew came over, he's like, are you okay? Okay, pal?
Yes, I'm winning. I'm in the top 10 percentile.
Yeah.
You're walking out like...
I know. So good.
Immobile. Okay. Thoughts on Hanma irons, Jeff? We gave some thoughts about 20
we
minutes ago.
like them. So TR20 P and V, love it. The new X, love it. We haven't done too much testing with the X because it's the new version is just launched. So we love the TWX, the Tour World range from last year. Love those.
Hot.
Love those.
Is TW continuing as a range because they had woods and stuff?
TR20 is their new line. Yeah.
Flip. Yep. Fair enough. Either I've gone up and then back down to the same place, but I'm seeing the same questions. Okay, here we go. Some specific club questions. Andrew's asking, can you still shape the ball with a TSI2? I don't see any reason why not, Andrew. Let me grab one here. Because we can.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can.
When we set up, well, this is the one we set up for Autoflex, but when Ian was doing fits and tinkering, I'm pretty sure that even in the slightly open, slightly flat setting, this thing was like good to go. You really didn't have to do anything much to make it very neutral. Now, at address, it's not even really draw side biased, is it? It's just long back to front. So, is it as easy to shape as the TSI3? Probably not, but
no, and that becomes a spin loft issue. Right, so the deeper the CG, the more dynamic loft you will deliver, the more the spin loft will widen. When you tilt spin loft, when you change...
Yeah, get those, get the trajectories out.
Yeah, so when you basically change, so if we take something like a narrow spin loft, like that, very narrow.
So you're basically, just so people know, so on your, I like doing this, I did a graphic of it once. What kind of a place is this? There's no right-handed clubs around.
No. Tells the boys haven't been in for a while.
Unbelievable.
So let me try and get a good angle here.
Yeah,
so when you have a fairly narrow spin loft like this, any tilt of that will cause basically the golf ball to curve viciously. When you widen that, bring that down a little bit. It doesn't nearly have the same appearance now. That looks like a far bigger difference between the two.
And just so people know what you're talking about,
Than that.
this shaft here is angle
of attack.
So
Always,
club moving this way or club moving up with a driver.
12 times moving down, 1 time moving up is kind of what we say. So driver moving up, everything else moving down. And then obviously loft gradually increasing.
Actual loft on the club
as we go.
Loft. Gotcha.
So that is the reason it's harder to bend, short irons.
And that's true. Yeah, like a 9-iron versus any driver.
Yeah.
Obviously the driver's easier. And so a driver with more loft and further back CG, easy or harder to curve than the opposite, low loft in front.
Absolutely. Quick and easy one here for Stuart is asking, best spin killer, sim or TS4? Spin killer, faster, more stable, better overall, sim, easy.
Yes.
TS4 is good for a small, the titles will tell you themselves.
Super niche.
Super niche, small market, but that's fine, that's who it's designed for. But in terms of being a spin killer, no one just needs spin reduction. Spin reduction comes often at a cost, because as we talked about, the things that bring the CG forward destabilize heads, and they are, if you hit it toe and heel, they'll kind of have a little bit more of a dramatic effect. The sim will manage that for you a little bit better than TS4.
I agree. Yeah. TS4 was, if you were super high spin, loved a tiny head, and hit the dime center of the face every time.
Yeah. Well, the other part is as well, I think TSI 3 in lower loft now, that comes, might be a better option for you.
We talked about that, 3.5, TSI 3.5
definitely
is the new one.
Yeah, which I think is great. Totally. Big fan of that new head. Beauty.
Same. So it's my dog's birthday.
Oh, said the kid. How old is she?
She's turning 7. She apparently is out on a walk with my fiance, and she found a dead salmon from the river, and she ate a bunch of it. Nice. So she is going to get ill for her birthday.
Oh.
Hopefully, she just poops it out.
She's going to spend the day in the backyard, coming out both ends.
That's why we have the backyard, just painting the old fields. Well. Hopefully she's not too ill.
Hopefully.
Nonsense when I get home. Lindsay texted me. I know. I don't want to sit. I want to deal with this.
We might be filming a few extra videos today.
Oh, we're busy.
Question here: whatever happened to the live feeds with patrons?
We have replaced it.
We don't have Patreon, so maybe with the members is what you mean.
It's now with members.
Yeah, with the members.
We'll be due for another one. We try to do it about once a month or so. So maybe. Well, we'll do it before we go on our little excursion. So next few weeks, they still occur, and you will get a notification.
Brad, the Battle of the Blue Shafts fell victim of the sound.
Yeah, don't remind me.
So Brad's asking, he's like, the Battle of the Blue Shafts.
It'll be an old reshoot, Brad.
We'll reshoot that one.
I can tell you what happened, but I don't know. So
yeah,
I can tell you what happened if I knew, but I didn't.
We don't know.
Quick question here from Jimmy. It's asked a few times. I know you've brought this up. How do you decide between 6X and 7S? So 60 gram extra stiff, 70 gram regular stiff shafts. We're talking drivers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or even 3-wood.
I think it's a good question. I think for me, it would never be something that I would be able to definitively go, oh, you're a 7S, go for it, go play that 7S. It would be me observing and managing how you perform with one versus the other. I think that's more of where I would go, okay, like that you're not kind of loading that quite enough. We're seeing the strike variability a little bit high. We're not seeing you timing it quite as well. Because we always talk about if you're struggling with your timing, slightly softer, slightly heavier generally works. That's when you would go to a 7S. If your timing is just not quite there.
Yeah, subtle differences. What keeps away.
Austin's asking, is that tipped Ventus red still lying around?
Oh yeah.
It's right over there.
Still
can see around, it. Austin.
Take a couple more.
Aye. What time are you on?
Not quite an hour yet. What else we got here?
Can we, probably too late to get any live links going to get people in by now, eh?
Let's do one on Thursday.
Okay, on Thursday. We'll do.
Otherwise, that won't have. You're right. I totally forgot. We'll do that on Thursday. We'll do a little buzz in call center.
Buzz in. So Thursday, little special edition. we'll do on Thursday a little. We might do it on the live because it'll be a good form, but to do like a little best of 2020.
Yes, good idea. Why don't we do it on the live?
So yeah, we could definitely do it in the live.
Or we can do a separate live.
Yeah, maybe do that. Yeah, maybe
we
do
just do like a half an hour
day.
fireside thing. Do you want to do that?
Let's do that, because I've been pulling. So I want to do two things. I want to do basically tell you guys what sold the best in TXG in 2020. So I've been pulling all the analytics from our POS, and also the ones that we like working with. And I also want to get the fitters, maybe even get them to record like a quick 5 minutes of I love this in the driver, I love this, and
maybe one each.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe just we'll patch it. We'll do it with the video link. We'll patch, one of them in, and
we can do that anytime.
That'd be cool.
So that'll be our special best of 2020.
Yeah,
Thursday. And let's do it live.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Awesome.
So do that.
Maybe we'll do like Q&A in the morning,
yes.
And then we can do the best of at like lunch or after.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Sean has asked a couple of times, any updates on the head covers? We're waiting imminently. They're in transit, Sean.
I was told New Year's-ish.
They're shipping, so.
If I'm being honest, I'm not super pleased with the timeline. I thought they'd be here a lot earlier. But to be fair, these companies are doing their very best. I'm kind of happy to see that they apparently have a lot of orders. Our shirt companies had a lot of orders too. From other companies. So I'm glad they're doing well. And everyone's on limited staff. So
definitely.
They're doing their best. But yeah, you guys will be the first to know, as always. As always.
Radon, is club head weight a fitting vector? Never hear it discussed. Well, you're obviously not on this channel too much, because we talk about it all the time. The value of head weight. And not just head weight as a single variable. Is it front? Is it back? Where are we moving that CG? Where are we moving that around the head? We talk about that an awful lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
A couple people were asking about Europe, Ireland. Do we ship to Europe and Ireland, these places? Yes, we do.
We absolutely do. We do it, and we do it often. So no problem at all. Guys, we will be setting up. I've literally just requested it. It will literally be set up right now, and I'll probably post a few different links to it, in the next couple of days. But there will be a buildshop@txg.ca email address that you guys can literally send whatever in. We can build whatever you want.
And you can get some advice if you need. And
absolutely.
No, I should say the advice is if you're going to order something, don't think that it's a free. This is the free line right here.
This is the free line.
Feel free to ask us whatever you want here, but when you go there, not that I'm saying you have to buy something, but it's not a tire kicking email address.
No,
that's for sure.
No, it won't be. No, the guys will be basically taking. It's effectively, here's my order.
Yeah, I want this. Can you
build me this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Build me this.
I can take this because it's still relevant. No, we are not open for fittings. We are open for filming only, which is to say we are closed.
Yeah.
Again, we'll keep everyone posted as soon as we are able to open. I think it's safe to say that you will.
Yes.
So
we will.
Stay on the horn for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Should all your clubs be the same swing weight from Robert? Robert? That's probably a no.
No.
Top to bottom, that would be really odd, eh?
No. I would very rarely see someone playing the same swing weight throughout. That'd be a rare thing.
John, I'm just doing a couple of rapid fires here, but
go
grab
for
whenever you're ready. Josh is asking, can you order single
just looking at that
TWs?
one. No.
Has to be the box.
Has to be through a set.
Yeah, box set only, Josh. Now you can order individual P7 MDs, but I would imagine that's not what you want. You probably want to practice that time, would be my guess.
Great question by Alex here. One of my favourites for a while.
Up there.
Fitter question. How do you manage expectations of a player when they come in for a fit?
Wow, good question.
Very easy answer. You ask them.
What are your expectations?
What would you like to achieve today? What would success look like today from our session?
Yeah.
If you were to walk out and say that the session was successful, would that be distance? Would it be accuracy? Would it be information? Whatever that would be.
Good point.
Yeah, it's a really good question, Alex. But timing is great. One of today's videos will be, and I've been talking about doing this one for a while, is how to get the most out of your driver fitting.
Yeah, a specific session about it.
We're gonna go do that one today for sure, and we've got like a list of 12 separate points. Nice. So we'll do like a little, basically be Matty and I discussing. You've had fits, you've seen us do fits.
Yes.
And it'll be basically you and I basically just breaking that down.
Love it.
Matt will be hitting a few different shots just to talk about how strike point variance can lead to certain things in a fit, things like that.
Things to look for, basically.
Exactly.
I think that's great.
You guys, trust me, this will be, and Matty has full authority for me to put the biggest clickbait title on this that you want.
Okay.
Because this will be the highest value video that we have ever given you. 750 in, you will get more. If you're ever going to go for a driver fit, this one video will give you more value than anything we've ever given you.
I love that.
So
it's going to be very, am I correct in assuming, very practical?
Very practical.
Like watch it. If you watched it, ideally, we would produce something that if you watched it before going or the day before, you would go in and be so much better. Not just prepared, I also would like to let people be more relaxed.
100%.
I just hate when you think about it, and I'm guilty of this. I go for appointments various places. It doesn't matter if you want to do it, you're still nervous because there's like a performance.
Yeah.
You can get nervous going to test drive a car. Like, oh, what if this person thinks I'm a crap driver? This is the same thing. Oh, what if this person thinks I suck at golf? So I would love it to be one, informing people, and it will be. It'll be better informing them how to get the most out of it, but also just like letting them relax a little bit.
100%. And that's
You're paying for this.
That's a big part of the job of our fitters and myself as a fitter is we're going to get in the bay with you. We're going to basically give you an idea of what to expect from the day. Here's how the session is going to play out, just so they can then start to relax. We're going to give you some time, get comfortable with the environment, the mat, the golf ball, your swing, get yourself up to speed. Once we see your speed stop climbing, so we'll have you hit short iron, mid iron, maybe something a bit longer just to get that slightly longer motion going. Then we'll bring you back down this as if it's an iron fit. And then we will start to, once we see your speed level off, we know you're ready at that point to start the session. So there's always little subtle things that even if we give you 5 minutes to yourself, you're still being observed during that time.
Very true.
You know, it's the session has started at that point.
Yes, you were on display.
Yeah.
Well, look forward to that one. I think that's going to be a lot of fun
one
to make.
Yeah, that will be good.
Sorry, quick one here.
Go for it.
Another yes?
Yes.
WedgeWorks?
Yes,
So
Lou.
if you are
Absolutely.
familiar with WedgeWorks, guys, cool stuff.
Yep.
I think that's just, when I mention this, it's not just that. A lot of companies have little sexy programs like that. My Spider is one of them with TaylorMade, WedgeWorks with Vokey, Scotty Cameron Custom Shop, Callaway Custom Shop, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All of these like limited run stuff, if I'm not incorrect, 99% of the time you can get access to it.
Absolutely.
And there was one just the other day we were talking about, some putter. But anyway, if there's something you guys see, that's what the build shop email will be for. And always ask on the live, we can tell you. WedgeWorks, definitely. The low bounce K for you, Lou, would be a hot item.
Russ is asking, this is again another timely question, that he was Fit Club champion. His swing weight on his irons came out to D7, which seemed very high. They felt great and just afraid to order. I mean, Russ, if they felt great in the fit, the chances are they'll feel really good when you get them. If you have hesitation, ask them if there's a period where, if you happen to not like them, is there a period where you have some money back guarantee? Is there something like that? Yeah, where something can be adjusted, or is it a case of final sale? I would ask them if you're worried about it, because then you de-risk the purchase. That's always important for any consumer, is to de-risk that purchase, so you feel better about it. You don't feel like your purchase is at risk. I would just ask the guys at Club Champion if there is a period if you don't like that swing weight, you've never used that swing weight before, you are nervous about it, you want to give them your business, but you are apprehensive because this is a bit of an unknown territory. Those are all valid and very, very good questions to have. Absolutely, and concerns that are not abnormal. You should be able to contact your fitter and he'll be able to tell you yes or no.
Yeah, I agree. And based on that answer, I think you'll be confident in moving forward or not. I'm going to take this from our pal Sword Pete. He's asked it a few times. So someone has a lot of forward press with their putter. Should I guess have the putter bent with more loft? I think that's what you're asking. I feel like I'm driving the ball into the ground. That's exactly how I felt months ago. Remember you added like a little bit of loft and we were talking about forward press, hand angles and stuff. So what do you think? That's actually
It's good. Yeah, no, it's a great question. Not that our videos by any means are built around only views. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's part of like, is a video going to get viewed? As in, is there interest in it?
Is there enough interest?
That would be a video that unfortunately wouldn't get many views, but it would be one I would love to dive into a little bit more. All the different putter delivery styles with forward shaft lean hitting slightly down, forward shaft lean hitting slightly up, backward shaft lean hitting slightly down, and backward shaft lean hitting slightly up.
Right.
So you've got all those variables, and what do they mean? What do they do? Which ones do you want to take, and which ones do you want to leave? In order to sort of create the maximum club face stability vertically and horizontally. That's basically it. So I would just say, if you've got a little bit of forward shaft lean, make sure your weight doesn't get too much on your lead side and your ball position doesn't get too far back. You can have forward shaft lean. That's often a good place to be, especially at impact.
So you like a little bit of
forward shaft lean.
As long as you're moving the putter upwards,
definitely.
Is that fair?
That's it. Right. So if you don't have forward shaft lean, I might like you to lean slightly into your left leg a little bit more. So one way or the other, we're going to create the balance of how we're going to get that golf club to be striking the ball as it's marginally on its way back up. 1 to 2 degrees up on the stroke is really good. It's just which one of those variables do I feel that I can give you that isn't going to destabilize your putting stroke and make you feel like you're doing something foreign. That's always the balancing act for me.
Makes sense. Very good. Okay, let's take, we're just past the 105 mark here. Grab 2 more that you like, and then we'll get filming for the day. Folks, Randy's saying hello from Northern Ontario.
Hello, Randy.
Up the street.
Let's see.
I got a few here if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Interesting. Do you think rusty Apex MBs would spin more than a normal blade? Spinning the 7-iron. Well, I can give you a yes to the last part. Yes, the Pro V1 to left dash would help. You do have too much spin.
Yep. Not many players are really benefiting from having the spin that high.
Apex MBs, rusty or not, are going to spin similarly, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I mean, the whole rusty golf club concept.
Rusty golf club, eh?
Yeah, I think it's overrated.
I don't know why anyone likes it. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, and obviously, some people love that kind of like that raw look, and that's fine. Like, our pal Brian,
yes,
LaRoche Brian loves a rusty golf club. Loves a raw, unfinished golf club.
Yep.
But I think that the whole misconception of does the rust particles add spin? It adds variable amounts of spin. I've seen it add spin, and I've also seen the fact that it's got rust on it when it's wet. I've actually seen it have the opposite effect and become somewhat slippy, create like a slip film on the face.
Because there is a bit of like a chemical reaction that goes on there. We saw when we mistakenly tried to advance the rust on the new MGs from TaylorMade, and I remember putting like vinegar or something on it, and once it sits, and some scientists here can probably tell me that I'm describing this really stupidly, but when the liquid sat on it, rust was like forming in the liquid almost. You know what I'm saying? Like when you wiped it, there was like rust in sort of a removable form, and it was very slippery. So that's what you're saying there is like when the wedge gets a bit wet, gets back in the bag, there is a little bit of that happening. And so, I don't know, it's consistently, how do you know it's going to do the same thing? I find it surprising. I mean, for guys with tour caddies, I think they have a raw wedge there. The caddy, before he hits the shot, he's looking at the thing, perfectly clean and dry.
Absolutely.
Nothing is going to happen to that. The guy sets the club down, and before he hits it, he's probably dried on his pant leg and stuff. So, for the average player, I get it. I get it if you like it aesthetically, but performance-wise, it's...
How many players can you think of that play raw golf clubs that are actually brown with rust?
Yeah,
they're more just raw. Like my wedges
because you scrape the
I clean them and
points.
Yep, I always clean them, make sure that they don't go that way. But
you're right, they're not like rust. I mean, rust is in the end, rust is not something you want. Rust means the metal is getting eaten. But
I mean, one of our tests that we done on the Milgrind 2 wedges was we had to double take a couple of times. Remember we done that and we were seeing things and we were like, is this?
It wasn't consistent.
Us?
Yeah, it wasn't consistent.
What's going on? But we just seen we just seen lots of variation from the rusty clubs, and that's not to single them out. I've seen that from anyone who has something that has a sort of high rate of oxidation.
I think you're right about that. Oxidation? Sounds right.
Yeah.
All right, last one officially. Your choice, whatever you like.
Let's go.
Sorry, I want to take this really quick.
Go for it.
This is asking TPT. I think he's asking, do they give a guarantee on the shafts? I think now they do.
Chris, basically any company, and Merry Christmas to you, pal.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays
happy
to you,
holidays.
man. Any company within a year, couple of years, if you have a breakage, especially a year, I would say that's a safe bet. There's a warranty period on that shaft. Now, the warranty period will come, or the warranty itself will come from a breakage slightly low in the shaft or up in the handle. If it's in the middle, it is basically, a shaft is highly unlikely ever to break from natural causes in the middle of the shaft. So if it breaks in there, there's
that's the natural cause right here.
There's normally been because the thing is, it's designed to bend there, right? So it's probably at its strongest point, but in the handle or the tip, that's where you're going to see the most amount, because that's the two pressure points. Close to the handle, close to the head.
Those are the honest breakage points.
Yes, shaft companies generally will not question or
they will question a perfectly folded in half shaft.
Yeah, they will look at us and go, no.
There's tree bark all over the side of it.
Exactly.
Okay, well, any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. I'm excited for Thursday for you guys. I think that best of 2020 will be a great little episode where we get a chance to break down the best clubs of the year. And like you said, it'll be a little bit more fireside today. I wanted to get back into more of the technical stuff, and that's kind of the bread and butter. But I think the fireside is a nice change of pace.
I enjoy it.
A little more relaxed, and I think that'll be a nice little chat discussion. You guys tell us what you guys like. We'll tell you what has worked and sold best for us. So
it'd be good to see what I like about the pulling the best sellers.
Yes.
Is that's kind of like the performance data.
Yeah.
On another level than the actual. So like a customer comes in and tests G410 irons, even though they're out of date. They get improvement in the data of, let's say it's, the distance is improved by 10%, dispersion's improved by 30%. But that's the performance of the club. But the performance like in the shop over hundreds of fits, the data that says, 1,000 people bought these and 800 people bought hot metals. Yeah. That stuff is people don't really have access to that unless they own a shop.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that that's guaranteed. The top seller may not be the absolute best club in the drawer. It could be in some categories. In some categories, it may just be like the one that people wanted the most. So it'll be fun to dissect which is one and which is the other, or which is both.
Yep.
Which is both.
And Whiskey, you're right. We will do it by player category. It will be sort of low, mid, higher handicapper. We may even break it down into low spin, draw, forgiven, all that sort of stuff. So it'll be a good breakdown of 2020, and then maybe what we'll finish with is a nice little look into 2021, what we expect to see, some of the things that we think could really add even more to the 2020 offerings, some of the little features and functions that we think could be additionally very beneficial.
It'd be fun to do exactly what you said and then revisit it. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
So it's like January 2021, this is what we are really excited about for this year.
Yep.
And then December 2021, this time next year, technically, we sit down and do our best of 2021 and go, how were our predictions?
Yeah.
Were some of them good? Were some of them crap?
Yeah,
Be fun.
Be good. That is a good way to do it.
Fantastic.
Couple there just to grab. Quick one from Stuart. Ian, with your driver builds, shafts are built to 45 inches, most of them. What do you do to adjust swing weight? For example, Matt's TSI head weight. Normally head weight and shaft weight are the two major variables. Head weight and grip weight, sorry, not shaft weight, I was going to say. Shaft weight is the hardest to vary because it takes 9 grams of adjustable weight to change it by one swing weight.
Right.
So you're less likely to jump by 20 or 30 grams to move at a couple of swing weights, you're more likely to go 4 or 6 grams in the head, or 4, 8, 12 grams in the grip. That can change it. So it's going to just be by influencing one of those variables.
Would you say you kind of start the process within a range? Like I've never seen you pick, unless it was for the purposes of like illustrating something.
Yeah.
I've never seen you pick 2 components that don't work and then try to Frankenstein them with head weight. Like I've never seen you go, again, unless it was for a video, Ping G410 in a KBS, that KBS TD shaft that's like the most low balance point ever?
Yeah.
Never seen you grab that and go, I'll just take the weight out of the Ping and it'll work.
Yeah, no.
You won't do, like
That's
you don't
right.
start with poor matches and then try to fix them. You're more going, we're close, it's working well, here's little, I don't know, like little adjustable weight, like Cobra weights, for example, you can change these by 2 or 3 at a time, and that's the way to go.
Absolutely.
That's the way.
Couldn't agree more. Quick one, Trevor. Do we recommend SST puring? Yes, we do. We do. I have every one of my clubs in my bag pured apart from my putter. Every single one.
I feel like I'm going to get mine done too.
You will. Yeah. 2021. You're the puring for Matty
Well, there'll
Boy.
be no reason anytime something gets done now, why wouldn't I have it?
Well, it'd be great for you to talk about it in the sense of once you've experienced it, go, okay,
yeah, what do I?
these X7s, because you love the X7, that's a shaft that I'd be highly surprised if you found something different that you preferred for next year. I don't see anything coming in that's kind of going to change your mind on that. So a pured set of those, some of your new shafts, does it change the feel? Things like that. Yeah, it'll be good.
Hopefully I like it kind of the way you've liked it in yours.
Absolutely.
I mean, you already loved your irons, but it sounds like it's given them a little bit of an extra boost, which is good.
I mean, that's the thing with those irons. I mean, I can't see a reason to really change that setup now for quite some time. I'm in love with the head look and feel and shape and
it doesn't seem like any reason you should.
I just don't. I mean, I don't see
the practice set.
Yeah,
a matching set for practice.
Do you know what? I'm actually at that point, and this is something I would say to people. I maybe don't play enough golf, but after 3 years, I probably will need to change them because I'll have played a decent amount of golf, and I'll probably want another set. Miura is one of those companies that doesn't change their clubs all that often, so I probably can.
It's true, it remains current. Probably.
It remains current for a long time, but I may get another set just for that time, just for when I need to change them out.
Idea. Take that one from John really quick.
Sign off. John, can we get retro puring on recently purchased irons from TXG? 100%, John. Actually message me about that because I will look after you on that one, because it's something that you got your stuff right before the machine arrived with us, and I'll make sure you're looked after with that one. You just missed the window, so that's not your fault. So
hopefully
we will do that.
Isn't that nice? Christmas miracle for you.
Yes.
John?
Guys, this was lovely.
This was lovely.
It's nice
good to reunite. I know
nice
we were
to
only
see you
gone
all.
for a week. I feel like I've been gone for a month.
I know.
But here we are.
We're back. We are back. It does feel like a month when we're gone for a
week.
For a little bit. And the other part is as well, because we didn't have videos coming out, we weren't in the comments and we weren't connected in that way. So it really was a break. And
it felt like I was completely disconnected from it for a week, which in some ways is probably good, right? To get a little refresher, but definitely it's good to get back in the old saddle.
It is. I know, I'll say this one last one. Ian, do you know the guys at Tour X and Wigan? Are they good at what they do? They are brilliant at what they do. Nick Hibbs is the man you want to see. Nick is a good pal of mine. I've known Nick for probably 6 or 7 years. He worked on the European Tour for Adams. Is just a super guy, great fitter, great builder, has a great business. Him and Nick will have a great business. So if you're anywhere in that kind of, Manchester, Liverpool, Northwest, just in that kind of northern area, Tour X would be the place that I would recommend you go. Anywhere sort of really sort of Midlands and north. South of that, I like to always tell people, Precision Golf and Golf Principles are the two I always recommend in the south.
South of England?
Yep, J Mac and then James and Simon at Precision Golf.
Gotcha.
Nick is your closest thing to a TXG in that neck of the woods.
Nice.
Okay. Fantastic. Right, before I end up taking more questions, we are signing off. So have a great day.
Yes.
We are going to have a great day.
We are.
We are got a bunch of stuff to film. You want to hit a ball since the 21st?
I know. I hit a few chippy little 9 irons before you came in just to warm up. But no, I haven't hit any balls. I feel good.
Good.
I feel rested, so
Love it.
Should be a good day.
Love it, love it. Okay, guys,
All right, guys.
we will see you on Thursday.
See you Thursday for 2 lives.
Great.